Hello students, so today it's a very important video. It's related to studying strategy. Okay, today we are going to discuss the strategy, the paper pattern and also the question bank. Do not skip the video at any cost because some important points I'm going to tell you orally in the middle of the video which are very important. Watch the video from the starting till the end for your own benefit. This year students, they are going to get extra benefit, so please watch it properly. The very first thing children, you all ask me the question bank you have already, but you all ask me for pattern. You all ask me if we have any paper or any question paper as a model paper of last year's. Now very important part children, 2021 batch, 2020 to 21 batch, this was the first batch for the new portion, and for this batch the boards didn't took place. Okay, board exams were not there. They got the marks based on their offline exams conducted and also few online exams. The offline also means they were supposed to write some few assignments at home related to the topics, so those we call as an offline. If those papers come to the colleges and the papers are kept, so those I'm saying offline, and few online MCQs also. From there they have got the marks. So we don't have a question paper of 2021 March or April exam. The very first batch, here the syllabus changed, the textbook changed, the pattern of the paper changed. Okay, so we almost have papers till 2018 or 19 or 17, but those papers are of no use at present because the whole textbook has changed and also the paper pattern. So this is your first question answer. Second question is children, now the children who are watching this video at present are the 2021-22 batch. Okay, so you are the second batch children who is doing this new syllabus. Okay, so what we have for you at present, in October, the children who attempted the exam, maybe in October, the children who did not appear for the March or April forms, means they did not fill the March and April forms of 2020-21, so they were declared as failed, and so they gave the next attempt which was in October. So for that attempt the paper was already set. Okay, so the paper was set for them, and because of that we have 2021 October paper which I have already shared, or I'll be sharing in the video if I haven't, so that you can see a paper pattern idea, you will get how the paper will look like. But one important thing children, only rely on the question bank for this year. For this year please rely on the question bank, at least that much you should know properly, so it will be easy for you to score marks. So question bank, thoroughly do it. How to do question bank, that I'm going to discuss today. So this was about your two questions. How many papers we have? We have only October, maybe that exam took place. I don't know exactly the date and month, but after March and April, those who failed, those who didn't fill the form, so they were failed actually, and those people, for them the exam was conducted of October or November. So that paper we have, which I already showed you in this video. Now talking about y'all, only that much paper we have at present. Now the third point children, about a question bank. How to do the question bank. Now children, in question bank, the question number 1 is your answer in one sentence. This is your answer in one or two sentences, which is called as Beantworten, if you know. Beantworten, die Fragen and all. Okay, so this question, it generally has 70 to 73 questions. 70 to 73 questions. Now from these questions children, I would ask you to literally learn 40 questions properly with understanding, knowing the vocabs properly, knowing the framing, how this framing of the sentence has been done. So understand it, learn it, framing of the sentence also understand and learn. Now this 73 questions already I have put on my channel. All the 73 questions with answers from the question bank is already on the channel. by any chance, if you don't know where these questions are, get in touch with me. I will share you the link again if you don't have it. So these are the 73 answer in 1 or 2 sentences. All these 73 questions are important, but from them you first go for 40, because if you have not studied prior and if you are here and now worrying about exam, so first give preference to first 40. Now left the next 30. So in the next 30 children, now if you are watching the video before 2 months of the exam, if you even divide 20, 10 we will keep aside, even if you divide 10 to 2, so almost 10 questions you can do properly in 1 month. In 1 month 10, in the second month 10. Like this I am giving you if you have lots of ample time to learn. But if you are watching this in 1 month, then of course you have to, like in 1 week you do 10 questions, in second week you do 10 questions, like this in 3 weeks you will finish 30 questions. Okay, so this is about the questions of 73 questions. So this should be your strategy of learning. Now what about the first 40? That you have to do by hook or crook properly. You have the explanation of this 70 questions, all explanation you have, vocabulary meaning I have given to you on the channel, explanation I have given to you on the channel, why this sentence is framed in this manner, that grammar I have explained you in the same question. So you have everything. The only thing is you have to sit in one corner and you have to start learning. You have to start memorizing, understanding. Yeah, you have to do that. So here this question, though 73 questions are there, from this 73 questions, for you in exam they are going to give you 8 to 7 questions. 8 to 7 questions will come. From 8 to 7 questions they will ask you to attempt 5. They will ask you to attempt 5. But my suggestion is please attempt all 8 or all 7. Because we have no idea that we are going to get the exact those many marks only what we have written. We don't have that much idea. We are not that much perfect with that. So please attempt all 8. So best of 5 they will consider. So please do that. Okay. So total 8 questions they will give you of answer in 2 sentences in exam. And from this 8 you are supposed to attempt 5. But you all are going to attempt all if you consider my suggestion. This is part 1. Okay. Now this 5 questions, it is for 10 marks children. That means each question carries 2 marks. So whatever answer I have given to you of these 73 questions, it plays very important role in question number 1. So please do as told in the video by me with explanation. This is of question number 1. For question number 1 children, no one can help you in understanding more than that what is given in the video, because already the meaning is given, the concept is given. The only thing is you have to sit in one corner and start learning. You cannot just say, ma'am, I'm good at understanding but I'm not able to learn it because I'm not good at memorizing. You have to memorize it because you know why the sentence is constructed in this manner. You know the concept, you know the grammar behind it, you know the vocabulary meaning. Now you have to memorize it to keep in your mind, know why this sentence should be in this manner. You have to memorize and keep in your mind. Okay, so this is your task now. Question number 1 is your task. Give preference to question number 1 so that you get 10 marks here. Okay, 10 marks you are getting here. Now we will directly jump to question number 3. Question number 2 will come later on. We'll directly jump to question number 3 now. In question number 3 you have something related to word charts. Word charts is nothing but vocabulary exercises, vocabs. Like somewhere where you need vocabulary knowledge of German. Here you have A to H questions, A to H, like question number 1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like these questions you have. This part is for 12 marks total. From A to H we have 12 marks, and generally each question carries, according to my knowledge, each question is for 2 marks. Okay, like this you will be having A to F also. So A, B, C, D, E, F, like this. So 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so from A to H, anything will come till A to F in exam. This is for 12 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. So it plays a very important role. Though it is for 2 marks, you have to learn it. But one good thing is everything is coming from question bank. So try to do everything from question bank only. It is like an objective questions, like for other exams, for other paper, how you have, like they tell you that objectives are going to come textual. So like this, here the objectives are coming from question bank, and question bank is nothing but taken out of textual things. So this is one part. Now in this you should know what is A, what is B, you should know that. So A is find odd man out, maybe. Was pass nicht we say in German. Was pass nicht. Was pass nicht. I won't write each and everything now. Just I'll give you an idea. In question bank you will find the headings also. So was pass nicht is nothing but find odd man out. B part I can say match the following, which is called as ordnet zu. Ordnet zu means match the following will be there. C part is opposites, which is called as Gegenteil in German. D part is nennt zwei. Nennt zwei means give two examples. Like how in school we normally had a question in EVS or geography or something like that, name two vehicles or name two animals or name two flowers. So like that, nennt zwei. So they'll give you one topic, you have to give two examples of those. Nennt zwei. Then A, B, C, D you understood. Now if you go for E, F, G. For E, you have like umbrella concept, we call it as umbrella concept or generic term, which is called in German Oberbegriff. Okay, this is called as again I'll give you one English example. Like they give you three options, three topic names. Like for example, sunflower, rose and lily. What one word can you give for these three items? Sunflower, rose and lily. What are they? Flower. So flower is one term. If I say bike, car and tractor, what are these? Vehicle. So vehicle is one term. If I say January, February, March, what are these? Months. If I say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what are these? Weekdays, sorry. Okay. So this is called generic term. So they'll give you three words or four words, and of those four words you have to just give them one word. If they give you Jan, Feb, March, so it is month. So this you have to write in German. In German the question will be, so like Januar, Februar, März, what are these? Monate. Montag, Dienstag, Freitag, what are these? Wochentage. Like this it is called umbrella or generic term. F is children, F is for like MCQ related to verbs ending. So they'll give you three options and you have to just see which option is correct. It is like MCQ of verb endings. Like ish. Ish ke samne which verb goes? Comma will go, or comst will go, or compt will go. Which verb will go with ish? Of course comma will go. Like this they'll give you something related to verb conjugation. And then the next part is related to, they'll give you anything in the bracket. Like then they'll give you adjective, or they'll give you noun, or they'll give you verb. You just have to take that option and fill it in the blanks, like fill up. Okay, they'll give you options in the bracket. You just have to pick out that right option and put it in the blank. And one more topic is there. It is something related to verbs converting into nouns. So they'll give you verbs in the bracket. They'll give you verbs in the bracket, children, and you have to convert that verb into noun. Now for example, I'll just show you. So for example, as I was talking, now if I write the word discussing, what is this word called? Means if I want to write a noun form of this, what I can write? Discussion. If I write the word dancing, what can I write a noun? Dance. Living life is a noun form. Like this you have to convert the verbs of German into nouns. Now you will say, Miss, we are at the beginner level of German language, then how can we identify how to convert it? Children, they are going to give you the same question which is there in the question bank. So at least learn that much and go for the vote charts. So vote charts you are going to get total 12 marks. Answer in one sentence you are going to get 10 marks. So almost you all have 22 marks in your hand. Then comes the oral marks. Oral marks is decided based on your projects and how you give your orals. So to good children, those who do everything properly, we generally give them 18 because they are right, because they have done very well. So through this they will get 9, 10, 30, 40. Almost 40 marks out of 100 you can pass. from question number 1, question number 2, question number 1, question number 3 and orals. You all pass easily if you do this. Now comes the scoring part. Now after this all the part will be scoring. So question 1, question 3 and orals, they will help you to pass in exam. Now let's come to the scoring point. Now children, we'll go to question number 1, answer in one sentence you know. Question number 3, here 2 will come actually. We'll go to that later on. Question number 3, question number 4, question number 5 and question number 6. Here beantworten you are going to get 10 marks. Here 12 marks word charts. This and oral marks out of 20. If you are good at everything, if you are sincere, you will get 18 marks if your work is completed. So you get your passing marks. Now rest part is for scoring. Okay. Now let's come to comprehension. Children, comprehension, they have given you 6 paragraphs in question bank. In those comprehension, if you see, it is same like your English comprehension, children. So you have to read the paragraph. Comprehension for you have to read the paragraph. You have a question A, B and C. In question A, you have to beantworten, again answer in one sentence. In question B, you have true or false. That is richtig in German, richtig and falsch. This spelling learn properly and go, don't make mistake with this. And then third part is suche. Suche means search. Okay. So in beantworten, they will give you one question, which answer you will find in the paragraph itself. So how you do for English? Sometimes when you don't know the answer, you generally see one word from that question and try to connect it with the paragraph, and then you just copy paste the line in the answer. So that you can try in beantworten if you're not good at it. Okay. And 6 paragraphs are given more for you all to practice. So at least that much you all should know. Richtig und falsch. Here you are supposed to write true or false. Again I'm telling you, here you can score by writing if you don't know what is the right answer. First try to understand the answer. If you don't know, if you are confused, write richtig or falsch. One something. At least one you write it, at least you will get 1 marks properly. So this is a trick. Don't give both the answers for one. Okay, for first and second, either you say falsch or either you say richtig. Then for C, children, suche means searching. So they'll tell you like find out some adjectives from the paragraph, or find out some male nouns, or find out some female nouns, or find out some verbs from the paragraph. That you have to search and give them from the paragraph itself. So this is for question number 2. Okay. Question number 2, here you are going to get 2 paragraphs. One for 8 marks, other for 8 marks, total 16 marks. So you will be given 2 paragraphs over here in the same manner. First paragraph same thing, second paragraph same thing. Only the paragraphs will be different. The pattern will be same of the paragraph of the questions. So 8, 16 marks you all will get here. Okay. So going for question number 4, children now. Question number 4 will come at the end for grammar. Maybe for this question number 4, I'll be making the next video, because for that we need lots of time to discuss question number 4 with strategy. Now coming to question number 5 and question number 6. Now question number 6, children, is related to translation, which is called Übersetzer in German. Übersetzer. Okay, in German it is called Übersetzer. Translation. So they'll give you English sentences. You are supposed to translate it in German language. Here, children, for translation, generally children ask me, ma'am, how can we do proper translation? For doing proper translation, you should know question number 1, question number 3, because here you learn the framing of the sentence. You learn some sentences also. Here you learn vocabulary. And throughout your German paper, that is question number 4, grammar, you learn grammar. For framing a sentence, means to translate a sentence, means framing of sentence. To frame a sentence, children, you need vocabs. It is common sense, no? You need a vocab. And to put that vocab in a proper structure, you need a grammar rule for that. So if you practice your whole portion, this part you can what you can say, you can prepare for question number 6 automatically if you're good with your other parts of the paper. If you have learnt question number 3, you are good at vocabs. If you have done your rules properly, your grammar properly, your question number 4 understanding level and understanding the concept, knowing the rule charts properly, if you have done, you can automatically frame any kind of sentences. Okay. And one important good benefit which you all are getting this year only, that you know a bit like how the question will be. Till now, till so many years, 15 to 20 years, children were not knowing what questions were going to come for translation also. But you all are lucky enough, at least you have an idea what the questions are. Okay, little bit improvisation can happen, a very little bit, not more than that. So you know this question number 6 translation vocabularies will be what. So at least learn those vocabs and go. And if you're good at grammar, the rule chart which I have provided on the channel, if you're good at that, you can easily score your marks. Here you're getting 8 marks. Question number 6. Okay. And then coming back to the question number 5, this is blog writing and email. I am not going to explain email over here. I'm only explaining blog. If anybody needs an email explanation, they can contact me. But I am going to focus on only blog because that's a scoring thing for some children. So I am only going to concentrate on blog. So for blog, again here you have 8 marks. You're supposed to write only 8 to 10 sentences max. 8 sentence minimum, 10 sentences max, not more than that. Grammatically it should be correct. They don't expect from you hi-fi vocabs and they don't expect from you hi-fi sentences in German. They don't expect you to write reality in German for blogs. They want you to write something which you know, something which you are familiar about, something whose sentences are easy and grammatically correct. So for blog, please write easy sentence, simple sentence and grammatically correct sentence. Okay, blog writing. Now students, as you can see over here, there are many blog topics. I would suggest you please revise this one first. If you want to give your best, make sure that this 14 points which you are able to see in front of you, practice for this first. Give preference to these. Now there were some children, those were asking like what were the topics which were frequently asked in last years. Now children, till today, till 2020 mostly, before pandemic, children were not aware about even the topics which were going to come. Like how in English you are not aware that which normally topics they can ask. You just go prepared because you are learning English and Marathi right from the beginning, right from your childhood. So you just go and you write your sentences over there in exam directly. In the same manner, till today, till 2020, children were not aware about even the topics which were going to come or which were the frequent topics. Any random topic used to come. Okay, of course it was related to your syllabus, but in syllabus so many things were there, like related to city, mother, father, hobbies, many things. There were nothing as called as frequently asked blogs or compositions. But y'all are fortunate enough, children, y'all are fortunate enough that y'all at least have a list in front of you, as they have told you to practice these. At least practice these with all your heart. Okay, don't find options with the already options which are given to you. Okay, so first thing, I'll give you some hints with this. Listen it very carefully. I'm not just giving you the topics, I'm going to tell you a strategy also over here. Now, as you can see, the first, second and third topic. Meine Hobbys, Freizeitaktivitäten, mein Wochenende. Minor hobbies means your hobbies. It is related, like it sounds like English. Freizeitaktivitäten is nothing but free time activities. Mein Wochenende is nothing but my weekend. If you properly observe these 3 topics, these topic contains those sentences which can be interchanged and written in these topics. Like if you learn something for free time activities, okay, free time activities the activity which you can write in this topic are the activities which you like to do, yeah, which you do when you have time. So the same thing can be written in hobbies, because hobbies is nothing but you utilize your time which you are having free and you try to find fun in it. Yeah, the same thing. So free time activities, if you're learning few sentences, can be copy pasted in minor hobbies. Or if you are learning some activities which you do in your hobbies, can be copy pasted in Freizeit activity 18. Same thing. In free time, what we do, the same thing we can do on weekends also, children. Okay, because weekend is nothing but you are getting some time for me time. So same thing. So when you are practicing some sentence, learn in such a manner or frame a sentence, understand the sentence in such a manner that you can use it in 3 topics. Yeah, here and there you have to make a bit of improvisation, a bit, but still you can utilize that sentences here and there. So the first 3 topics are interrelated. So you can learn for one and then you can think like, how can I copy paste this in other 2 topics? Yeah. Then comes your 4th topic. 4th topic is eine Person beschreiben. Beschreiben is to describe. So you have to describe one person. So in the bracket they have given you many family members or relatives or yourself also. It can be yourself. Like they will tell you to describe yourself. It is called as Vorstellung. Okay. So when you're describing your father, your brother, the male people, that time you can frame same sentences. Yeah. You can just write the pronoun er. E for elephant, R for rabbit, er, and then you can use the same qualities. Like what qualities father has, same quality a brother can also have, same quality grandfather, uncle also can have, or your teacher also can have, a male teacher. In the same manner, if you're, and also your male friend, yeah, if you're talking about your mother, your sister, your grandmother, your female teacher, same qualities they can have. Okay, only the names might change, their age can change, but the sentence framing will look similar. Yeah, so like this you have to play some trick when you're short of time of learning few things. Okay. Then comes Nakbar is neighbor. So again, male neighbor can have a same quality what your father and brother has, or your male friend has. Okay. Female neighbor can have the same quality what your female friend has, or your mother or sister has. This way you can frame that kind of sentences. You all are supposed to make only 8 sentences. Max you can make 10 if you want, but don't go more. Okay. Next, 5th one. Before coming to 5th one, I'll jump to 6th one first, because it is related to party. Okay. In the 6th one, Mein Geburtstag Party. Mein Geburtstag Party von Freund, Vater or von der Mutter. So party of your friend or your mother or your sister or any person. Now one thing, children, in party and also in vacation occasions, okay, occasions or festivals also, there are some places where fest is written, 12th number, fest. Okay, so in your fest is nothing but some festival. So in your festival, in your party, even in some occasions where you celebrate like silver jubilee, golden jubilee, here you can frame same sentences like what you do in celebration. We eat, we drink, we dance, we exchange gifts. So at least you have 4 to 5 sentences already ready. So one sentence prepare, and that same sentence you can put for party, same sentence you can put for festival, same sentence you can put for any celebration. Okay. Then one thing is related to again a weekend came, and ein 14th one, ein Wochenende in einer Großstadt. So in a big city, a weekend. Same what you do generally on weekends, same thing you can do it in a big city. Yeah. And one more thing is the minor Stadt, city. So for this you have to prepare something. So minor Stadt, again I'm telling you, your city can have many things. It is not important you write the reality, what you are thinking in your mind. Okay, not to do that. What is easiest way to keep your sentence grammatically correct in your blog, that you have to write. Okay, no one is going to check your general knowledge, but they are going to check your grammar. Next is Urlaub. Urlaub also same thing, children. What you do on weekends, same thing you do on your vacations. Same. Okay. Then only you have to be careful. Are you spending that vacation in the city or at village? So auf dem Land is something related to village. So accordingly you have to a bit improvisation. So you prepare for a vacation in a city also or at village, or else you can be more be smart, and then you can just frame such sentence which is similar in city also and at village also. And then one important thing over here is fifth topic. Okay, was ich in den Ferien gemacht habe? Was ich means what have y'all or what have I done in my vacation. Ferien means vacation. Ferien and Urlaub are the alternative words for each other. It means vacation. So when now this sentence can be written as Ferien also. But why they have given such a big sentence with a perfect form? Gemacht habe. Because they are expecting you to frame some sentences in perfect form. What have you all done already? What means here you have to make all sentences mostly with perfect form. Like I have, like in German, if you say ich habe Pizza gegessen, ich habe Cola getrunken, ich habe Fußball gespielt. Like this you have to make some sentences with perfect form. Okay, in the fifth one. Yeah, so this is how to prepare for blog. Don't prepare many things. Prepare like definite things, like simple, concrete. Don't write something which you don't know. The words which you're going to use, learn the spellings of those words. You should know the meanings of those words, children. And don't write anything rubbish. The marks won't be given. If here and there minute spelling mistake or minute grammatical mistake we can consider related to the topic, but not more than that. Okay, so be prepared for your blog. One important thing related to blog is, children, it looks like a composition, but you have to maintain the caption. Here in blog writing, don't worry, but the paragraphs, it starts from the margin itself, in German. The only thing you have to be careful with the caption. Be prepared with some of the caption as you can. Otherwise everything you can do like a composition almost. Now children, here are some points as you can read how the blog, when the blog comes, they give this bullet points, 4 bullet points. You are supposed to write few sentences on those bullet points. Now you will say, ma'am, we have prepared for something else and the bullet points you are telling now. Children, if you prepare for something, at least you can write something in the paper. Okay, so the bullet points, what they will come, nobody knows it. So at least prepare for some lines which you can put in this. And normally when you prepare for something, we prepare for the main points. And the same thing comes in the bullet points. So for example, the number 1, wann und wohin gefahren. So if you go to any city, where are you going? How you are going? When you are going? Yeah. Then how long are you going to be there? How long have you stayed over there? Where have you stayed? Then wie und mit wem? How and with whom you traveled. Sehenswürdigkeiten means the places which you visited, the famous places, the monuments or the places. Aktivitäten, what activities did you do over there in city? So these are few points. So you don't worry about the points first. Now when you are at home, prepare for the important things which can be written for the blog. Okay, if you are talking about city, what you do in a city, simple things. So if you prepare for them, automatically you will prepare for this point. So don't worry about these points. Prepare yourself, and then when you go to the exam, you will yourself understand that the points are similar to what you have prepared. Okay, so all the best. I am going to prepare one video regarding the pattern 1 paper which I told I have, only 1 paper about that, and about the pattern of question number 4 from the question bank of question number 4 more in detail and some more important tricks. So be prepared and watch it and stay tuned, children, and please share with your friends so that as many as people get connected, we can show those many videos also and we can work on it. And we also need appreciation, children. So make sure that you like, you subscribe, you share, and you comment also so that we also get boosted up.